Today, we're going to talk about a piece of design genius you've probably used thousands of times without giving it a second thought. It's an object so common, it's practically invisible. Yep, we're putting the humble stapler under the microscope.
But seriously, think about it for a second. When was the last time you actually looked at the stapler on your desk? I mean, not just as a tool to smash papers together, but as a real piece of engineered hardware?
So, meet our main character for today, the office workhorse. It just sits there, day in and day out, ready for one very specific job. And you know what? It does that job almost perfectly. But its simplicity is, well, it's pretty deceiving.
All right, so let's start with the one we all know. The classic, the standard, the everyday stapler.
Its entire form is just perfected for this one single function. Holding maybe 10, 15, 20 sheets of paper together. The weight, the grip, that really satisfying ka-chunk sound, it's all part of a highly refined experience for your typical office tasks.
But this is where the story starts to get really interesting. What happens when our hero meets a challenge it just can't handle?
Imagine for a second, you're not stapling a 5-page memo. You're trying to bind a 100-page report. Or maybe you're not even working with paper at all. You're putting up flyers on a corkboard or working on some craft project. All of a sudden, your trusty desk stapler isn't just struggling. It's completely useless.
And this, right here, perfectly illustrates a core principle of good design: specialization. On one side, you've got your standard stapler. On the other, something much, much bigger. It's like you wouldn't use a hammer to turn a screw, right? Same idea.
So, let's meet the extended family. The specialists. Each one of them is designed for a very particular mission.
First up, we've got the powerhouse, the heavy-duty stapler. See that long lever arm? That is all about physics. It's giving you the mechanical advantage you need to drive a really thick staple through a massive stack of paper with hardly any effort. This is the tool for conquering those beastly documents.
Now let's look at a tool that takes this whole concept in a completely different direction. This thing isn't for binding pages together at all. This is a staple gun or a tacker. Its job is to attach materials to a surface. It doesn't even have that little plate on the bottom, the anvil, to bend the staple legs.
And here you can see it in action. This is a tool for creators, for builders, for repair jobs. It literally drives a staple straight into wood or fabric or a bulletin board. It's the same basic principle, a metal fastener, but for a totally different world of applications.
Then, all the way at the other end of the spectrum, we have the mini stapler. Its number one design feature isn't power, it's portability. This thing is meant to live in a pencil case or a backpack, ready for those small, urgent fastening jobs when you're nowhere near your desk.
Okay, but we've been focusing on the machines themselves, and we're missing probably the most important part of the entire equation.
Because no matter how well designed the stapler is, it's absolutely nothing without its ammunition.
This is the crucial point. The actual staple does all the work. It's what pierces the paper and clinches on the other side. And just like the staplers, the staples themselves are highly specialized. Using the wrong one is kind of like putting diesel in a gasoline car. It's just not going to work.
So, have you ever actually noticed the numbers on a box of staples? 23/8 or 2313. That's not just some random product number. It's a precise technical spec that tells you everything you need to know.
And here is the decoder ring. That first number, the 23, that's the gauge, which basically means the thickness of the wire. And here's a fun fact. A lower number means a thicker, stronger wire. A little counterintuitive, right? Then the second number, the 8 or 13, that's just the leg length in millimeters. A longer leg means it can get through more pages. So a 2313 staple is made of the same thickness wire as a 23/8, but it's designed for a much, much thicker stack of paper. Simple as that.
So, what's the big takeaway from all of this? Well, it really all comes down to one simple idea: using the right tool for the job.
So, before your next stapling project, just run through this quick mental checklist. How many pages? What's the material I'm working with? And most importantly, do I have the right staple for this specific stapler? Getting that match right is the secret to a perfect, jam-free result every single time. And that's really the heart of it, isn't it? Choosing the right tool isn't just about efficiency. There's a kind of elegance to it, a satisfaction you get when the form of the tool and the needs of the task are in perfect harmony.
The story of the stapler is just a great reminder that brilliant, thoughtful design isn't only in our smartphones or in supercars. It's right here, in the objects we touch every single day. We just have to take a moment to really see them.
So, the next time you pick one up, maybe you'll see it a little differently. And it really makes you wonder, what else is hiding in plain sight? What other everyday masterpieces are sitting on your desk right now, just waiting to be appreciated?